still so much I want to do in this pink journal, but we'll get there. Hi, this is Kelly with Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and today is July 23rd, which means technically I only have 2 days left to finish this journal. Not sure it's going to get done by the 25th, but it will be done by the end of the month. So I wanted to walk you through where we are so far. I've gone in and I put the, oh, that slid. Oh, crumb. Oh, and that's going to tear. See if we can repair that. I did not see that when I closed that this morning. I guess I'll learn to put my contact paper in place before I close something, right? I may have to come back and add a little bit of glue, but I've got the tuck spots in place, and where I had to position that, I'll get some powder on there so it doesn't stick. Got those side borders on. Here's the other. See, and this one slid too. Well, gosh darn it. See if I can pry this up very gently and slide it over. I had done this just a few minutes ago, so the Tombow hasn't had a really long time to set yet, so that's helpful. Okay, I think we're good. Get our powder puff on there. And so I've got those done. Now, for some reason, I had this on fur paper, and apparently I don't have 3 sets of the fur paper in there. So I've had to look for other things to put that belly band on. I still have to do the insides of these 2 tall tags, and I'm going to try and get those done today or tomorrow. But I had an idea this morning, and this is one of those that didn't sit right. But I have this sleigh die from Wishes and Wonder. I'm going to slide him in there. This is the same die set we used the tags for on Tuesday. Okay, and let me see if I can pull that really quick. W. There should be a stamp set to go with that. What is it called? North Pole dice. I'm in the wrong box. Okay. All my boxes are alphabetized, so I can, when I know what I need, I can go in and find it. See if we can find North Pole. There's M's, M's, LM, and O. So it is Wishes and Wonder. It is Wishes and Wonder. That was before they started making the die names the same as the stamp set name. So let's see here. There it is, Wishes and Wonder. I don't think stamping it's really going to show up that much, so I didn't worry about it. Instead, I'm just using the sleigh itself, and I'm going to use that out. And what I decided to do is take these 3. I cut 3 out of the darker paper, and I cut 3 out of cardstock. And I used the heavyweight cardstock so I could come through. Because the paper isn't really thick enough. But I want to use this as a tuck spot. Just like that. Now, I'm going to let that sit a minute before we move anything. And while it's sitting, I wanted to pull up this full page and see if I have sleigh right on here. Jingle bell, sleigh bells. Sleigh bells would work. But I'll need to cut out 3 of them, and sleigh bells really isn't going to look good against there unless I mat it, which I could do. Of course, the piece I cut off isn't on there. I'm looking for more of that paper where I cut those off. I will have to look for that piece I cut off yesterday, and for the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one out. I'm going to go up here to sleigh bells. And what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll cut this one out. I'll print this one out again. So I have 3 of these that say sleigh bells. Just like that. Whoa, about cut it in half. And then, let's go ahead and try that and see what happens. I want just a breath of that white behind there, not a lot. Okay. I gotta go this way so I can see where I'm cutting. Okay. See, that's gonna be too big for the sleigh though. Don't know. Well, let's put it in a page and see what happens. Just as soon as I pick it up off the floor. I'm gonna move those over there. So they have their own little spot. But see, I wanted a little bit more, see how flimsy that is compared to this on the heavy cardstock. I wanted it to be a little thicker so that it would hold whatever I want to put in there. Whoops, let's start by putting the book right side up. I'm so glad I had that in there. Let's try putting him right here. And I think I'm going to bump him up just a little bit on small rads, or dimensionals. Get our dimensionals out here. Because I don't want it in anything that's going to inhibit tucking something in there, but I want it to come up off the page just a little bit. So I think, actually, if I come back with this, and we're going to cut right along here. I thought I'd just come in this morning and see what we could do. And see, I got that a little bit too long. That's okay. We'll stick it over here on the glue gun for when we're ready for something else. And then we're going to take and put in, and you know, I wasn't going to distress anything, but I think I am going to distress the bottom of the runner just a little bit so that it creates a shadow. And then that'll give us a tuck spot right there. Actually, I think we need a little bit more. Let's go ahead and put this piece back here. Like that. Okay, so there will be one of these in each of the 3 signatures. Now, I've already gone through and I put the borders in, the page edges on all 3 signatures. I have those in place, and that one is still sliding. And I don't know why, but we're going to fix that right now. I've gone through 3 bottles of glue just in this journal and our cards. Now I know today was supposed to be a card day, but I wanted to work on this journal some more. Now I'm going to put that right there and put that right there. And then I'm going to come in with one of these pieces of page edging and put it right there because I don't want that to stick. And I have paper clips that I can put in here and hold this in place till that glue dries. And then at some point I'll have to come through and do get that in place. Now that's where it's going. It's sliding. I think the button was sliding it over. So that page edge done. And then we have this one. And I'm going to finish these two today. I've got Santa and the other Nutcracker to do today. And then there's our last page edge. And then I think I do like that. And I'm going to use one of our little tags and see how it looks in there. I guess the tags are over here. I just saw them this morning. There they are. And see how these will fit. Just small enough to tuck in there. So I like that. So we're going to do that. And I don't think we're going to put the other one on there. So let me move this off to the side or up above me here. And we're going to go ahead and get these put together really quick. And then we'll have a home for those tags. And we'll save this for something else. Okay. Now, in my I have strips right here. And I also have the slim dots from Tim Holtz in here. I need to be able to pull that out. That's what I need. Okay. And let's put that back where it belongs, not add it to a pile. Bob built me another thing in here yesterday, or day before, so I have room to put stuff and have my fan up here on top. It has to, it's a Bluetooth, but it has to stay plugged in. And I'm okay with that because my power strip is right here that I can do that. But I had to get it up on a harder surface so it wasn't sliding away on me. So we've got that one glued into place. And of course, guess who's messing with glue this morning? Guess who's messing with glue? And she's got glue all over her already this morning. So I've been gradually working on the studios, trying to get more stuff pitched, sorted. I have 3 boxes over here that as I pick up a pile, I'm sorting it right then and there. And it is whether or not it's going to Goodwill. Okay. Whether or not it's going to Goodwill or it needs to go out into, get sorted into particular tubs out in the warehouse. That one I cut almost a little too wide, so we're going to snip that off just a little bit. But whether it needs to Goodwill, it needs to go to the warehouse, or it just needs to go. Oh, if it needs to get sorted into the scrap rack, that was the other one. And I had started a box in here of stuff that needed sorted into the scrap rack, and was doing just fine with that. Until I'd come in to put something into the box that had to go get sorted into the scrap rack, and I couldn't find that box, so I'd start another one. It's a process, I'm telling you. Okay, so now we have 3 sleighs that are tuck spots in our journal. See, that one's there, and that's the first signature. So let's go to the second signature and see what we can do. Let's put this one over here. No, all the sleighs are going the same direction. Now, if I could have done that on a back page, that would have been cool. I don't think I want him in a snow of poinsettias. See, this is where I've run into trouble this morning recording this video. I kept getting stuck. So we are going to take him into there. Now I am going to come back and do a couple more things, but it's not going to be this morning because it takes forever for videos to upload, and I'm out of time just about. This 15-minute video will take approximately 4 hours to upload this morning. I've got to find... There we go, that'll work. But I want to show you another corner idea that I got from Dorothy Kilty over at Raccoon Alley. and show you what she did, and I thought was really cool. See, and if I'd have put the word on here, that would have been too much. So we're good with that. So that's going to do it for me this morning. I know I still need to work on a layering for this. I haven't figured out what I want to do. I know it's going to be something that can cover some of this stuff. But, yeah, we're going to hold off on the Christmas cards for now, and we're going to come back tomorrow with more of our Pink Christmas Journal. In the meantime, thanks for joining me today. Please remember, like, share, subscribe, and creative Christmas blessings.